Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I wanted to, basically today has been a day of job offers, and not just for me. So my son, who is the most laid back person you could meet, is very switched on, but he's very... When I think about me at his age, I was, busy studying, I was at university, I had a boyfriend, I was on my second boyfriend at this age. He hasn't had a girlfriend yet. He did college, but he wasn't interested in uni, although that's changed in the last couple of months since he ended up getting a year contract with a digital marketing agency from college. Even though he didn't have a degree and everybody else there had a degree. And then when that ended and they couldn't extend it, he started to feel like he was at a disadvantage not having a degree. And I kept saying to him, I don't believe that. I ended up with a degree, but I kind of felt it held me back. I did nothing with what I did. I did psychology and social policy. And that was a 4-year course. And then I fell into a job, and then I ended up in sales. And I could have done that without the 4 years at uni. And although I did get the sales job with a degree, to be fair, and I think that's what he's been thinking about. So he's been in this whole quandary place, and he applied for Google months ago. He'd forgotten he'd even done it, and he got a reply a few weeks ago to say that they were holding interviews the day before I went on holiday, actually on the 11th of April. And so he went down to London. He did all of that. He was really impressed with the offices. Obviously they are so cool. You can just imagine what they're like at Google. Everyone's in their chills, walking around with laptops. You can work wherever. There's no formal desks. There's just like beanbags and cushions and God knows what. You get gourmet restaurants there. You've got chefs on site. The food is available for all staff for breakfast, breakfast, lunch and dinner, free of charge. They call it the Google Stone when you join because the food is so good and you eat so much of it, you put on a stone. And there's a 24/7 gym that's free to all staff. And I believe you can go into any Google building because you've got the Google Pass and you can use any of the facilities and restaurants. So he did that a couple of weeks ago. And it was 2 weeks ago, yeah. And was told that at least 3,500 people had applied for the apprenticeship, but they didn't know the exact figures because there was agencies and directs and that sort of thing. Jake just did it off his own back. He didn't go through an agency. And anyway, they were told 4 to 5 week wait. And then he'd become friends with 2 of the candidates that were there, a guy called Max and a girl from Liverpool, can't remember her name. They went for a drink after the interviews and sort of hit it off. Max was very similar to Jake, but had a much higher paying job. He was only 22, but has got aspirations to obviously get the knowledge from Google and I think be his own entrepreneur, which is what Jake wants to do. They're both talking about Amazon FBA. And I was so thankful that Jake met this Max, because Jake, before he went, was like, I'm not bothered, I don't want to live in London, commuting's going to cost me £11,000 a year if I stay at home, I'm not going to do that. He was so whatever. I knew that he was going to be impressed with the offices. He was. I was so thankful he met Max, because Max is a couple of years ahead of Jake and has got all these aspirations, and he's buying a house as an investment. He's doing all the things, that Jake wants to do. And they become buddies. Anyway, all 3 of them have got the bloody jobs. They all she'd already found out earlier this week, and Max and Jake both found out today. So there's a lot of excitement going on the WhatsApp group. And I think Jake, he's going to find it hard to say no in the end, because he said, I need some time to process it. But what a bloody achievement. Out of at least 3,500 applicants, my little old Jakey, who I know is going to be, he's going to set the world on fire anyway. He already has, as far as I'm concerned. My point is, though, he is so chilled. He applied for Google, the other month, forgotten all about it. Then they randomly email him out of the blue to say he's got an interview. And then he meets this Max who is like Jake, and they could really work well together and maybe, I don't know, become business partners. Somebody that Jake needs somebody to spur him on. Jake's got a lot of the thoughts, but putting it into action, he's not good at, he's not a self-starter. Whereas I am, I'm the complete opposite. So, but it just proved to me, and I already know it anyway, but when we talk about letting go, you know, setting your intentions and letting go, whatever will be, will be. You know, Jake didn't have his heart set on Google. He still doesn't know whether he's going to take it. But what a bloody opportunity. I mean, to get into Google, not only is it a huge company with amazing potential and amazing opportunities that he could go all around the world if he wanted to, potentially, but the knowledge that he's going to learn, that all of his online marketers are striving to know, is just phenomenal. I mean, I'm assuming there'll be some kind of NDAs and all that sort of stuff, but who knows? I'm overcomplicating things, but he just did it, forgot about it, carried on with his life, and here it is. And it's, you know, it's obviously his personality, his charm and everything else that's worked in the interviews and his knowledge. But how bloody amazing is that? And then there's me, who's worked and struggled for everything pretty much. I mean, don't get me wrong, jobs have come easy to me, but it's the entrepreneurial stuff where it's been a bit more of a battle. And actually on that, this job that if you've seen my previous videos that I went for a few weeks ago, it's dragged on because of Easter holidays and various other things. But I finally got the phone call tonight to tell me a formal offer will be coming out Monday, Tuesday. And he just wants me to go and meet who my manager's going to be before I accept. He wants to make sure I'm going to be happy. He also said whether she would be happy, but then he counteracted himself and said, no, I mean you. So anyway, whatever. If I'm going to get a formal offer, I'm going to get a formal offer. So yeah, so there was 2 job offers in my household today. So a bit of a very positive day, other than I'm in the last couple of days of my financial year at my current job. I am at over 100% for the year, but by the end of April, if nothing comes in over the next couple of days, which is looking very unlikely, I will fall under 100%. But hey ho, it's one of those things. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. So really the message for today was chill out. It's bloody work for Jake. I mean, the first job he got straight from college, which was straight from college, we managed to get some contacts via my friend, and then I gave him some coaching about the interview, and he got it above graduates, and he was the youngest one there. And now he's been chilled out again, and he's got a friggin' job with Google. So guys, if you're struggling, if things aren't happening for you, let it go, and see what comes. See you tomorrow.